Dr. Christiano, what are the molecular basis of alopecia's new therapies?
It's an exciting time in alopecia right now because we're beginning to use new tools of genetics to understand the basis of disease. We're studying 3 different kinds of alopecia right now in the lab. One is the standard male and female pattern hair loss. The second is alopecia areata, which is an autoimmune form of hair loss. And the third, more recent one, is the whole group of scarring alopecias or cicatricial alopecias, which affect many people as a growing concern.
Can you trace alopecia in family genetics?
So some types of alopecia are easy to see that they're inherited from parent to child and down through family, but that's unusual. Most forms of alopecia are what we call complex diseases, where you have aggregation of patients in a family, maybe not from parent to child, but an aunt or a niece or a nephew or a grandparent. And most of the times, these diseases are also influenced not only by their genetics, but also by environmental factors. So we're now also beginning to address some of the environmental triggers that can lead to the appearance of these genetic disorders in families.
And do you know who generally does it strike the most?
So the different types of alopecia actually affect different groups, not so evenly. So male and female pattern hair loss affects many millions of people, usually later in life. So males over the age of 50, females in the same age group. About half of all males will develop some form of androgenetic alopecia at the end of life, and about 25% of women. Alopecia areata, the autoimmune form, can strike very early. So in children, even as young as 1 or 2 years of age, if they have a significant number of susceptibility genes for alopecia, they can develop the disease very early, and it can come at any time during life. The third type, the scarring alopecias, are a little bit more interesting in terms of their population growth and incidence. It's only been in the past 20 or so years that these forms of scarring alopecias have really exploded in terms of incidence, and they mainly affect middle-aged, postmenopausal women of different backgrounds, some Caucasian, some African American, and others. And so this is a group that's, again, under intensive study because not only of the way it shows up in people, but also because it's such a growing trend and becoming much more common as time goes by.